Well... Oh, well, there they go. Instead of trying to get me, that way you could double up on heals, you decided, no! Let's stay still against the killer that is voted most likely to run Nurse's Calling, other than an adept nurse. Okay. And they're going to come for us because they have barbecue. I noticed that when the Sable lost a gen moment number 1 in the game. Oh good, they're going to go back to me, even though I just got unhooked, which means I don't get to play this game. Yippee! That's bullshit. I don't even want to take that. Hello, Gesapina. There is literally no reason that I should have gotten unhooked there. I mean, saved there. That's ridiculous. Like, actually completely and utterly ridiculous. That person was across the entire damn world. That's... no. Okay, at least the Kate is knocking out gens. And luckily... Oh no, they know where we are somehow. I have no fucking clue how that happened. Bro just has a really good gamer chair, I guess. Alright. Welcome back to I'm not allowed to touch a gen. Great. That would have hit me if I was playing Slinger. That's unfair to me. As we know, the controller and chair will make you win. Yep. Oh, that's just a... That is a really dumb reference to an old Otsdarva video where he was playing against an obvious cheater. And someone in the endgame chat just said, no, it's okay, they just have a really good gaming chair. Bro hates aces more than I hate aces. That's crazy. Well, Ace Visconti, not asexuals. Duh. Because I'm asexual. He might hate asexuals. I am ace. But I hate this character. This character is terrible. Damn it, I couldn't make it to the other pallet. I hate Ace Viscontis. They're... I don't know what it is, but if you encounter a cheater in this game, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be an ace. At least in my experience. I know a lot of cheaters play Sable nowadays because, TikTok, cheats for this game. Straight up, there is an entire black market on TikTok which is just cheats for this game. Which is fucking stupid, but it is true. Got nothing to talk about, laser focused on the tournament. That's fair, you're allowed to do that. Bro knows nothing other than go back to the place where people were just unhooked. That's crazy. And there's no healing in that box. Good. Because I'm so close to dead, I'm just going to break these totems. Still riding the high? That's nice. You deserve to. It's like if a sports team wins, you're allowed to enjoy that. Just because it's not as popular of a sport doesn't mean that it's not, you know, still fan-based sport thing. What is the totem spread on this map? If that's the farthest one? What? No. I'm running. Oh, please, 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 please. Sable. You know what, actually, I'm just going to focus on getting this gen done. Sable, please take one hit from me. What? Sable, please, dear God, Sable. Okay, so let's discuss what just happened there. Yes, I took the risk of trying to finish the generator, that way we could get further along in the game, because I was pretty sure we were going to die regardless. So, what happened there was the Sable, number one, when she saw the approaching Deathslinger in a generator we could have finished, she started to run, which means we couldn't have done it. That's fine. That's allowed. Retreating is a good idea. She runs across my sightline, where he is going to aim either at her or me, and one of those is going to hit. Then, in the attempt to block, instead of going to the killer to make sure she takes up the most space on their screen, she runs to me. This is a level 82 person. They should know better than this. That's just... Christ. Christ almighty. I still can't believe that shit somehow followed a plot structure. It's fine. That's just how it goes. That's occasionally how a lot of sports things go. Just by some miracle. I'm not sure why. Does this game have any form of balancing? Yes, it does. There is... Genuinely, it's more balanced than it's ever been, which is surprising to say given the state that it's still in. But, yeah. Classical sense, not... Yeah, exactly. But no, this game does have balancing. It's just... What happened there... Like, I could genuinely, like... I need, like, the equivalent of, like, a sports commentator, like... blackboard with the markers, that way I could go over the exact thing that just went wrong there. Seen The Exorcist about 167 times, and it gets funnier every time I see it. That's a Beetlejuice reference. Interesting. We're really getting an alien. Okay. Beetlejuice through DVD. I'm not sure if that's one of the ones that's allowed or not. I forget. I genuinely forget. I'm not sure if that one's actually been discussed. Because Dead by Daylight has some content content things, like content limitations in place for, like, there are certain characters that will never ever get added. It's more comedy focused. I feel like it would. Yeah, no, it could work. The thing is, I can't remember everything in Beetlejuice, so I'm not sure if anything that happens in that is in there. We cannot allow this under good faith or consciousness. Because there's quite a few things where it's just like, yeah, this franchise or whatever might be iconic, but we can't, we will not ever bring it to the game because the content itself is, like, problematic, has poorly aged, or, it's primarily down to, like, the actual creators themselves, because of course we still have the quote-unquote modern version of Freddy Krueger, who does some pretty fucked up shit, but overall they still, they're still added. But that also was very early. So they may... I mean, Beetlejuice is a creep, but that's about it. Yeah, they don't like doing that very much. They've changed a lot with this game. They've censored parts of it, which is fair. The major outlier nowadays is Freddy Krueger in his iteration. But that's also the only version of Freddy Krueger they could have gotten, so, like... They may have just bit the bullet and been like, fine, we'll take what we can get. But there's, I think it's like, is it like Sleepaway Camp or something? Is just like, they're like, yeah, no, never. We can't put that in. Where the fuck are they? Why did they go there? Yeah, Beetlejuice might be fine then. It's only a PG film, granted 80s PG, but PG. Ah. Michaela, come back here so I can heal you, you dummy. Dummy! Get back! What are you doing? Are you trying to follow them around just so you can... Okay, whatever. Oh, I'm so sorry for bringing you here, my friend. Or bringing the killer here, my friend. Can't believe my team made first in history of the tournament not once but twice. Nice. Gonna put that right back. First team from the loser's bracket to win, and the first time the final match was determined by a fight between coaches. That later one seems a bit odd that that's the first time that's happened. That seems like something that should happen more often. Also, I'm pretty sure, did I see I Heart Justice in one of those clips? Because I know him. Pretty sure you sent a clip with them in it, but I may have just... My brain has not been functioning properly the past several days, so that's also a possibility. Oh. On to me. They didn't go on to me. That's fucked up. Oh shit, that I did not activate that when I wanted it to. Damn it. I got you, girl. No, you are literally about to die. What are you doing? Calm yourself. Okay. That's fine. I'm okay with this. I don't even know where the gate is. I was not paying attention to that at all. It's over here. Okay. Party totem. Oh, I can't get that. That's a shame. It's just permanently blue, I guess, even though it's over. Had to check because I didn't remember everyone. That's fair. Oh, they were going for their adept. Interesting. Well, I feel bad for not letting them win. Because adepts are hard to get. Okay, game. 3 more trials, 6 more unhooks. And how many more window blocks do I need to do? One more window block. Damn, so I really fucked up one time and I have to deal with it now. Fan number 1 of the Wraith's bell. Hell yeah. Hold on. I just saw... this new Deltarune. Show me Deltarune stuff. Horse Ralsei costume, don't need... Rockstar... Oh, the Rockstar thing is an outfit. That's cool. Oh, they have little, like, amiibo figurines now. That's so cool. They're in, like, the 8-bit style, too. That's so sick. I love that. Not that wild to think this is the first time coaches had to be a deciding factor. Tournament knowledge. There's only been 5 relatively new tournaments to a year. So it's only been, like, 3 years they've done this fully. Okay. Could you fucking not? Buddy! Fuck off. Oh, are we really dealing with another Death Slinger that loves going back to Hook? We are. Help. Just want to break some frickin' bones. That's all I want. Holy shit, we're across the world from them. Okay. I'll run. It'll be me. I need that. If you are right on top of this hook, I am going to kill myself. There is nothing What is it with Deathslinger fans? Why do you always stay right next to the fucking hook? It's not even fun. Two Tekken 1s and 3 Street Fighter 1s. Street Fighter 6, because Capcom sponsors them when they do. Who was in the tournament? The man who makes the Sonic memes? Lythero? Armand G-Man? Frickin'... What do you mean other one? There are 5,000... Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? I Heart Justice. Oh, Gary, ZYZX, I believe. Gotta fuck with you a little. You really don't. Oh, my dear fucking lord. Are we really doing this bullshit? Okay. I don't even want... Jet? Nope. No clue who that is. Stay a little silly? Hell yeah. Make Sonic memes, and that's pretty much it. You do realize how little, realistically, you just saying they're the one who makes the Sonic memes, that is so little context. Sonic is from 1985. They've done this a long time. Sonic was a hip kid 36 years ago. That is a sad way of putting it, but yes. Tournament was a very successful advertisement to Street Fighter 6 because now I want to play the game. It's a lie. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's got to be at least one mortgage down by now. You think that Sonic pays his mortgage, which is a whole basket of worms. I don't think Sonic pays taxes. Is Sonic a citizen? Can, like, he get a mortgage in the first place? What are the laws with Mobians and humans? Like, do they have the same rights? Is Eggman discriminating people? Or, like, has it never been, like, a differential? Sonic has no house? That's a lie. Sonic has a house in Sonic Boom. There's a Dracula. I'm not sure where the Dracula is, though. Sonic is not completely nomadic. He has a house. IRS can't catch him. That is true. Sonic does have a house. Eggman has always been displayed as a capitalist. It would be no surprise he didn't level entire regions for his own developments. This is true. He's not going to expect this maneuver, where I jump directly into his claws. Oh, that's a okay. Sure, man. That's a good palette. Dolores, he has a bunch of houses around the world. He can crash at any time, but he'd stay it's a lot of mortgages to deal with, probably avoidantly. Yeah? Okay, so right now the Dwight isn't doing anything because he's a loser. The Sable, was hiding because they were exposed, which is completely fair. Can't be fucking serious, right? And I get downed immediately off of Hook. Fun.
Whatever you do, do not head to where I went.
Okay, hopefully instead of immediately getting killed off of Hook this time, we get healed and can survive for more than 10 seconds. Dwight, stop blocking my path, please. Okay, given the fact that I am already on Death Hook at 4 gens, I'm just going to focus on my bones. I'm just going to get a whole bunch of bones broken. That's just what we're doing. I want points. The entire reason I'm playing the event is for points. Also for the cosmetics. There are free cosmetics. I'm stealing. And the best way to get the most points is to just continue eating bones. Delicious, tasty bones. Good for soup. Full of marrows and such. Bonefuck is a good focus, doctor said so. Hell yeah. There are bones here. I almost missed an important amount of bones. Let me finish my bones. All the bones are gone, thank God. All bones have been removed from the premises. I can't go for that now, so... Great, okay, awesome, cool, great. I have to now go for that. Great! And now I'm not exposed, but they know where I am now. That's awesome. That's great. Friends Till the End is such a fun and balanced perk. Add that to the list of 5,000 fucking reasons that Chucky fucking blows, and I hate that he was added to this game. Do the characters also have to drink blood, or just the players? Yes. Okay, so how many more characters do I need to get to Prestige 6? It's Ace, David, Adam, Jeff, Felix, Shona, and Gabriel. So I think that's 7. It's not unreasonable to get... I hate you. Okay, serious question of how the fuck do you not have cakes? They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Log DBDSM. No. Coach is honestly really good at teaching Dragon Ball what now? Huh? Coach is really good at teaching mental aspects of game. Panic, lost your first friend, go back to menu, drink water, breathe, blah, 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 blah. Yeah! That's all correct. That is amazing. I love how many fucking blood points co-op tasks on generators do. It's so cool. Okay. They literally never look where I'm at. No one is ever going to find me here. They also probably went into that place, so... Could I go 10 fucking seconds? Or hell, just one game. Give me one game where the entire strategy does not revolve around hover over the damn hook. Getting stupidly frustrating at this point, where I'm just stuck doing the same shit over and over. He didn't see me, thank God. Oh my God, somehow in this entire time I have not gotten a frickin' invite once. That's crazy. I'm gonna go run and work on a generator since I have now done a whole bunch. Whole bunch of bones, whole bunch of rescues. Okay, I guess the Meg's going. I guess I'll deal with this then. Do they get to choose their icons for the thumbnail or no? I literally let go of that, but okay, if you say so. Looked like on their side of the stream? Okay. That pop goes the weasel. I didn't see them break it, and given the fact we were on the hook for a very short period of time... Yeah, that's stupid. I'm sorry. The fact that... Why is Springtrap one of the best stealth killers in the entire game? He can just completely remove his terror radius for, like, most of the match. They need to give him, like, a lullaby or something, because it's honestly getting ridiculous. Given the orange flash, that might be Popgo's. You are fucking... You are actually kidding me. The fact that... Okay, yeah, let's just... They're literally just camping them now. Good. Alright, great. Bro should not be stealthy. He's in the Iron Maiden fursuit. Yes, correct. Also, these security doors spawn directly next to Jen's in most circumstances, which gives him a better power than Sadako, especially since he can use them whenever. Doesn't have any cooldown or anything, goes directly to the generators, has basically no spawn issues next to them, and unlike characters like Sadako, the actual animation of them leaving the thing is pretty much real time. So, you know, you kinda can't fucking react to it. So, it's a lot of fun, basically.
Smooch.
Smooch, welcome. Can they balance new things? Yes, they typically do, but only like a week or two afterwards, that way they can get people's money first.
I mean, good business strategy, except for the
Yes.
fact that a lot of people drop the fucking business from, you know, dealing with it from the survivor side.
Yeah, there is like the issue is they are genuinely like not poorly designed or anything. It's just you have to, it's literally just slight tweaks that all they need to do.
Yeah, like, at least giving you a heads up that, hey, this bunny is in door space.
Yeah,
Like, the games literally revolve around telling you, hey, this fucking creature is in this room. You can see because of the fucking head glitching or whatever.
yeah. Here and or just have it so that the doors like flash or something, that way you know in advance that they're coming through one of the doors at the very least. Like, I'm trying to think what it was, but oh yeah, the Xenomorph. The Xenomorph, it has a stealth power and an anti-loot power. When it goes into its crawler mode, it has a smaller terror radius, and it has the tail attack. Whenever they go into that stealth-based mode, the map-wide, every survivor hears a sound that tells them, hey, the Xenomorph is, number one, in the match, number two, that they are now in their stealth mode, so be on the lookout. And the Xenomorph has flame turrets, which beep whenever the Xenomorph is nearby, even in crawler mode. And it increases the beep the closer they get. It's like actually incredibly well balanced in that regard, and the flame turrets also take them out of the stealth ability. So, you know, counterplay and such. And it can interrupt loops to make it harder for the killer, or it can take them out of their power. And it's not completely and utterly ridiculous, because what the Xenomorph has also, they have these little tunnels throughout the map that take you nearby to generators, not directly on top of them, but you have to crawl through them, and it's not instantaneous or anything. It's just you crawl through them, and in the process of you crawling through, before there is an animation of you getting out of the tunnels, and it plays multiple seconds before on the survivor side getting out of the tunnel. That way they know that you're coming. So basically, it does exactly what Springtrap does, except properly.
With more, yeah. With more notes like, hey, you should look for this. You can look for that. You can keep guard from this idea, this possibility. This fucking xenomorph is going here. Sort of.
Yep. Also, there's the for the Xenomorph, you can't immediately use your tail attack after missing. Meanwhile, it takes, like... It does take slightly longer for the axe to come back for Springtrap, but you actually get benefits from the axe being down, such as, you know exactly where people are because of Killer Instinct, so you know if they're, like... let's say you miss slightly and you hit this tire instead of hitting a survivor here. On the other side of the wall, right here, you'll know where they are because it has a range. And there are also add-ons that make it so that if the axe is, like, wedged in the ground or something, instead of being, like, just a worthless tool, it can make it so that, oh, you break things faster, so you can, like, catch up to people easier and stuff. It's like, it's very good add-on design and very good game design, frankly, but it's just not particularly well balanced.
How long has Springtrap been in the game?
About like 3 weeks max.
Okay, so almost a month. Not quite a month. Holy shit, Springtrap was Pride Month.
Springtrap was Pride Month, yes, this is correct. We lost someone before the second generator got done. Frankly, okay. I have been facing quite a few Huntresses because a lot of people just started the game for the first time, and she's one of the better characters to pick up and learn. Two of her add-ons just completely and utterly invalidate the rest of the game.
Oh.
So she, I guess, I was gonna say it's a yellow add-on and a brown add-on, but they've changed the colors, so it's a brown and a green. Not the rarity, they just changed the color of the rarity for some reason.
Huh.
I don't know why they did decide to do that, like, 9 years into the game, but whatever. They're allowed to do that, I guess. What it is there are 2 add-ons that increase the speed at which you wind up the axe throw, the hatchet throw. And what that means is you can throw 1 hatchet, and then in the time that a survivor is, they're not bad on their own, it's just like, oh, 1% faster to wind up, 1% faster to start the throw. Get off of that immediately. What it does in combination is it makes it so if the survivor does not have Overcome, which is a perk which allows them to speed off and like run at a high speed after getting hit, what it does is it just completely destroys them, because you throw 1 axe, they make a very little amount of distance, and then you can immediately throw another. If they do not have any, like, line of sight blockers or anything in that time, you're already down. It's great.
Awesome. I get to not play the game that I specifically wanted to play.
Yes, exactly.
Yippee!
They've also, because they changed a couple add-ons, they've changed... I don't know why they did this. It's actually really stupid, and kind of broke several characters, and they just haven't discussed it.
Stupid and broke. Hey, that's me.
Mostly played Huntress during the trial period because woman. That's how I started. I played a lot of Huntress too. They decided what they did was both Clown and Huntress had add-ons which were oh, instead of carrying 5 hatchets at the start, you can carry 6 or 7. And then for Clown, it was like extra bottles. Dear fucking lord, I'd like to play the game, please. But they got rid of those for some unknown reason and replaced them. They decided to make them partially base kit, So instead of having... It was so that Huntress didn't have to go to lockers as frequently, which is fair. But she now always starts with 7 hatchets, unless she has Iridescent Head, which means she only has 1. They gave her 7 hatchets, and the other thing that she can do now is if you hit someone with those same add-ons that they took and removed the additional ammo, they were like, okay, clearly the best thing to do here is to make them faster. You get the haste status effect. Huntress's entire balancing thing is the fact that she is a slower killer than most of the cast. Most of the cast is 4.6. And then you have, when it's a ranged killer, typically they're 4.4, which is the case with Huntress, Springtrap, used to be the case for Trickster, is the case for Deathslinger. Basically, if you have a ranged attack other than Trickster now, you are 4.4. This makes it so that she is above 4.4 when she hits you. So I have no clue why they've decided that that is a good idea. It is just a completely and ridiculously stupid thing. And also, here's the thing. At one point, they made it so that haste effects didn't stack, which was primarily a good change. But they reverted that change. So now, because Huntress had 2 things that increased her hatchet count, she has 2 different things that increase her speed. What this means is that 1 hatchet hit hits you for double the amount of speed. Behavior's balancing choices does not make sense. Oh, and you know what's really funny? Hold on, let me actually go and show Huntress off real quick, because this is the fun bit. The leather loop grants 2% haste for 5 seconds. Where's the other one? It's around here. No. Infantry belt. So, 3% and 2%. So you get 5% haste. So that's 5% of your base movement speed. Combine that together, and, you know, that's pretty strong. So, let me quickly just check. I'm going to do some math real quick. Because 5% of 4.4, that's what? 0.22. So, it makes you 4.62, which is more than most killers. Now, you see that? 4.62. The Soldier's Putty, which is the iridescent add-on, which is supposed to be your best add-ons typically, makes it so that when she is out of hatchets, which you never want to be, makes her 4.6. What is supposed to be her best add-on, in theory, is completely invalidated and overdone by these 2. And here's the thing, those 2 aren't even a blip on the radar. They're not even a problem, because if you combine the Flower Babushka, which makes it so it decreases the time to wind up a hatchet thrown by 10%, and then with the Monograss Bead, which makes it an additional 5%, or, you know, you could do Yellowed Cloth, Bandaged Half. You can combine, like, 4 different things and give you, essentially, it's not as much as it was before with Machine Gun Huntress, but the speed at which you can throw can be fucking ridiculous. And back in the day, there was a thing called Machine Gun Huntress where you combined her faster throwing speed with the perk Tinkerer, which used to make it so that you could do all of your killer actions faster. So, like, it was like trap setting speed, time to decloak with Wraith, the speed at which Hillbilly charged his chainsaw, and of course, the time it took you to wind up your hatchets as Huntress. That was a point in time where if a survivor got hit by one hatchet, it was over. It was just over. There was nothing. You could do nothing. And somehow, in spite of that, the game was still survivor-sided at the time. I mean, it still is, but the survivor side has always had some absolute garbage happening on it.
I mean, I suppose it should be at least a little bit survivor-sided because you want to motivate more people to be survivor, but, like, damn.
Survivors used to be able to remove every hook from the match permanently.
Okay, maybe that's a little two-sided.
Yes. There are multiple mechanics that got added in because there were too many infinites in the game. There still are, theoretically, but they're mostly fixed by bloodlust, which means the longer that a killer is in chase, the faster they get, because it prevents infinites. There's also the blocked window vault, which is so that you can't vault back and forth forever and get stuck. Killer gets stuck, basically. You used to be able to combine perks to be able to heal an entire health state, like before a killer could break a pallet, which was great. Through the power of self-care, botany knowledge, any medkit, and spine chill. Spine chill used to make it so that you could vault faster, so you could make a vault speed build, which made it so that you just couldn't get hit ever. You could entirely remove all of Trapper's traps from the game. Flashlight blinds used to be instantaneous.
Okay, the Trapper bit is funny, though.
The Trapper bit is funny, I will admit, but yes, you could remove... He has always been the worst. The only time Trapper has not been the worst character in the game was when he was the only character in the game.
At the very beginning of development, I assume?
Yes. Oh, hi, Pyramid Head. Hold on, I need to continue thinking of stupid things. Hold on, I'm trying to think. I have no idea how I didn't see any pallet on this map, because this map has the most pallets out of any in the entire game. That was entirely on me, just not thinking about the game, and just thinking about aspects of the game that don't exist anymore. Oh yeah, the brand new parts, thing that you can add to toolboxes used to instantly complete an entire generator. But that doesn't matter, because if you brought a key into the match, you could just open the hatch and instantly win all 4 survivors. And that was in the game up until Wesker. So that was at least 6 years. They changed it slightly, where instead of just having the hatch spawned all the time, it was based on, like, how many gens were done and how many people were still alive. So it got to the point where it was just like, oh, you had to finish, like, 2 gens, and then you can just win the game. That's why back in the day, killers would just entirely dodge lobbies if they saw anyone holding a key. Because they're just like, oh, looks like I wouldn't be able to play the game here, so...
Looks like if I join this game, I'm gonna get kicked out by 4 keys. Yes.
Oh, here's a fun thing that keys can still do. It's kind of their only purpose at this point, ever since they nerfed hatches. And, hell, now hatches are even worse. Have been nerfed again, inadvertently, which... Good! Interesting. I love this game. Anyway, let's, continuing on. What was it that I was thinking? Oh yeah, keys now there are 2 different add-ons for them, which increase the amount of time they're able to be used, and one of them is very interesting. If you activate the key, it goes down like a charge meter, and it makes it so that you can see the killer's aura all the time through walls. And if you are on a team with other people, that means your entire team knows where the killer is at all times. To be fair, yes, there used to be a perk that did this called Objective Obsession, which made it so that the one killer could see one survivor the entire game, but the survivor could also see the killer. This was definitely not exploited in groups to make it so that killers could simply just not play the game.
I think I remember you playing against at least one player who had that.
Even nowadays, people use it way less, but it is still annoying. It's on a timer now, so every 15 seconds or something, they will see you and you'll see them. It's the worst. I hate it.
Anyway, Giuseppina said a couple minutes earlier.
They're reanimating the copper golem. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fucking good. I saw that earlier and that was awesome. But yeah, she also said behavior's balancing choices are decided by the roll of D20. I think it's different. I think it's attempting balancing by the fucking, what's it called? Radical centrist method. Where you just do the worst possible thing in every direction until that balances itself out.
No. I can tell you exactly how the game is balanced, actually, which is even dumber than any of the things that you have said in regards to how they are balanced, whether it be a D20 or by centrism. It is the way that this game is balanced is off of spreadsheets. And what that means is, I am apparently just fucking awful today. They will look at the numbers of specific things and not take into account anything aside from those numbers.
Oh.
So they hyper-focus on one data point without looking at any of the other portions. This is why, in spite of the fact that Sadako and, oh my god, can I please not get focused? In spite of the fact that both Sadako and Skull Merchant were, D-tier killers, they still got nerfed very heavily, in the past 2 years, because they have the highest amount of kill rate. And the highest amount of kill rate that they have is due to 2 things. Sadako has an ability which can insta-kill, but that's only if they spam specific things to force condemned. And it's very good at stopping very new players who don't know how the game works and how to fight them. And Skull Merchant, it counts kills even if the player gives up. And here's the thing, Skull Merchant has been adjusted 12 different times to make them balanced and fair. Right now she's completely gutted and doesn't have a power, which is another issue entirely. But the reason she's in that state is because people were still giving up against her, which inflated her numbers.
Oh my fucking god.
As soon as Behavior added the new anti-go next thing, which meant so that you couldn't kill yourself on hooks, every single killer's kill rate dropped by up to 40%.
Making a proposal for the entire community. Every time anyone sees a Springtrap, everyone just immediately goes on a hook and disconnects.
They can't do that anymore. They removed that ability. which is actually what nerfed hatches again, because you used to be able to let yourself die on hook. In like an unwinnable scenario, you could let yourself die on hook, that way your teammate could get hatch and escape. Now, because you can't let yourself die on hook as quickly, the hatch rarely ever spawns.
Damn it. Anyway, I guess just disconnecting to inflate the fucking Springtrap kill rate.
DCs don't count because they added bots.
Fuck, there's no way to protest against the fucking Springtrap.
Springtrap isn't even S tier.
I'm just
Springtrap is like a high B tier at best, which is funny.
I'm just trying to go for a funny bit where if they nerf him enough, it'll just be the fucking walking corpse of the fucking guy that's inside.
It's like the FNAF 6 custom night things, but with William instead of Michael.
Exactly.
Behavior keeps the homunculus in their closet fed only banana peels and peanut shells that randomly tells them what to balance every update. That's Diddy Kong. You've just described Diddy Kong. All you need is to give them a red hat with the name of God on it.
Damn, I didn't know homunculi could jump that far. Damn. There's a lot I don't know about homunculi, I suppose.
This is true. I don't know much about them either.
Apparently they are dexterous enough to get through Donkey Kong Country.
That's good. Where the hell is this person hooked? I'm sorry, but, like, I'm looking around. I should be seeing their aura. But I'm not. Okay, I can tell you exactly what just happened there on her end, and it's completely unfair.
Oh god.
This game has a fun thing. We in the community call it auto-aim, but behavior insists that there's no auto-aim, which they are asterisk correct about. There is no auto-aim, quote-unquote. However, the way that hits are shown is they want it to be completely and utterly aware. It's like they want survivors to be able to see the killer's movement and make sure that they can actually, you know, properly react. What that means is that their hitbox isn't exactly perfect. It means that even if you are swinging directly forward, because you have an arm swing, occasionally, what that will do is, because, you know, you're not attacking directly in front of you, it will hit the wall next to you.
Oh god. So you're telling me behavior reinvented CSGO aiming?
Yes.
God. When you get the behavior special, Springtrap's only move will be to set off some spring box in his suit and bleed out.
I still don't know. I'm so upset. There is one thing that I thought would happen for sure for the FNAF chapter, and just it didn't happen. And that was, I was 100% sure, oh, whenever Springtrap gets stunned, they're going to have the spring lock animation of shaking from having the spring locks go off. No. they just get hit and grunt a little bit like everyone else. It's just like, come on now. That's lame.
Let's be real. It's a fucking corpse. What are they grunting for? What pain? What fucking pain? There are no pain receptors in that thing. It's just goop.
Incorrect. Springtrap's only alive because of agony. Because that's a fuel source in FNAF. Don't worry about it.
Jesus! Oh! incredible to learn. Incredible lore. Thank you for letting me know, babe.
There are two, like, spiritual elements in FNAF, which are Agony and Remnant, and they're from the same soul, essentially, which is that, Agony it's what it is. It is a pain that is so great that it has energy behind it. Remnant is... okay. How would one I hate you, Jane. How would one explain Remnant in a sane form?
Honey, we're talking about FNAF. I don't think there's a sane form for much of this.
Remnant is metal with the human soul infused into it. Never specifies what metal. There's metal with a soul in it. And Remnant and Agony can be used to create, like, immortality. The reason that Springtrap is alive is because he is in so much searing pain all the time that he is literally kept alive because he is in such intense, angry pain. And then Remnant is... and he's also kept alive because of the one he should not have killed, who is not letting him pass on, essentially. And the one he should not have killed, quote-unquote, it could be a variety of different people. I personally agree with dual process theory's assertion that it's actually not any of his real quote-unquote victims, but it's Michael, because he sent Michael to die, essentially, in Sister Location. And it makes more sense for it to be him than anyone else, realistically. And just, you know, a really pissed off random child. In the books, it's a kid named Andrew. But Andrew does not exist in the games. That is a completely different thing. It be Soul Juice, yes. Remnant is Soul Juice in metal. And that
So basically, someone with a prosthetic dies. The prosthetic can still be alive, at least for a little bit, while
Yes.
the soul juice is still.
Yes.
So, in a sense, a lot of the animatronics are just one big prosthetic.
Yes. That is why the line that William Afton says to the crying child is, "I will put you back together." He is literally attempting to put that child back together through the use of Remnant and his experimentations. It's the crying child's death that leads to the fun times being created, which the entire point is extracting Remnant to test and see what it is. The prosthetic is now the Stitch Wraith. Don't make me talk about the Stitch Wraith. I really don't want to. I really don't want to.
You don't have to. The Stitch Wraith doesn't exist. It can't hurt you. It doesn't have to exist.
I don't want to talk about one suit being inhabited by two spirits, one controlling the mask and the other the battery that makes it. I don't want to talk about how it's theoretically a parallel to Golden Freddy, allegedly having two spirits in it, which we don't know if it's true or not. I definitely do not want to talk about the fact that at the end of the books, Afton is a giant fucking monster made of trash. No. No more. Stop.
Honey, you've been put through enough. Please.
Wait until Nat
Accept
hears
the
about the
problem.
nightmare gas and the Phasgoo. Guessapina, you need to Venmo me like $5. Anytime someone reminds me that nightmare gas exists is another day that is going off of my life.
I know about nightmare gas. My friend bonged once and it never left the room. That's it. That's the entire thing.
You fool, I have no $5. You should have been betting on the tournament. Ugh, I hate nightmare gas. I hate it so much. That was the one aspect of FNAF 4 that we did not have to worry about at all, and you were like, alright, let's create 4 different fucking explanations for how the nightmares exist. They're all contradictory, and, you know, just figure it out. How about that, bitch? You know what? Fuck you.
You know how half of the FNAF lore exists because Scott was just mad at everyone theorizing?
Yes.
I think at that point he was just mad about himself theorizing.
Yes.
I don't know, the team is going to Vegas or close enough. Listen, if that's your team, if you are going there, if you're going there, bet on winning horses. You should have learned from horse race tests. You should have learned from your tournament. You can bet on winning horses. You can
Comely
get
material
$5.
morning. They will win every race as long as apples are involved.
This is real. She is a machine in fucking basketball because the ball kind of looks like an apple.
She is allergic to carrots, and they know this. It's fucked up and evil that they are... I don't want to fight a doctor, I really don't. I really don't.
My ass would not survive Evo. If you say so.
Yeah, that's possible.
You might be capable, but also if you're not gonna stomach it, then it's better not to.
We also can't forget the gumdrop that turns people to candy. Yes, that is also true. It's also a real one. We can't forget about the one story that was unintentionally transphobic to the point where they had to pull it from shelves.
Hold on, we know Scott's alignment. Are we sure it was accidental?
Yes, it was accidental.
Okay. Just making sure.
It was not intended to be that way. It just was. Alright, good. Yes, Springtrap Mpreg is real. We don't need to talk about it. We especially don't need to talk about the fact that who it happens to is Matthew Patrick of fucking Game Theory. We're not gonna talk about this.
I see that you're talking about the piece of media that I'm creating in a way that I didn't like. However, here is you in Mpreg.
No,
Now,
here's the thing is, Scott actually really likes Matt Pat and his theories, and apparently, if I remember correctly, Matt now officially, I think his new official rank is the secondary lore keeper, essentially. So that if Scott ever dies, he has someone who knows everything going forward. Because, fun fact, the team working on Security Breach didn't know the story that Scott wanted to tell. So instead of telling your team like a sane person, they just had to make it up as they go along. So most of Security Breach just isn't canon. I was at work thinking about this today, where I want to work and see what Steel Wool themselves were cooking for Security Breach, because there are 2 entirely separate and unrelated stories in there that I'd love to know the context for. Yeah, look, you can't kill yourself anymore, look. It doesn't let you. So even though we are in an unwinnable situation and it would be better for the team if we could all die and let Laura win, she's now just stuck and doomed to die. Sea bonnies. Yes, yes, of course. The sea monkeys that are small versions of Bonnie from FNAF that eat people or whatever. Yes, yes, we all know. We've all the time knife. We've all seen it. Do not unhook me, please, dear God. Stop it. No.
Yo, what's up? Hi, Prime Bro.
Welcome,
I'm
Prime
not-
Bruh. Yes, the time-traveling ball pet. We're aware. Yes, yes, the time knife. We've all seen it.
I love how this has grown from, oh well, there's just a lot of shit in the FNAF lore that we don't have to discuss, into, yes,
It's
that
just
thing.
Gesapina goading me at this point.
I think they should count as heckling, but in a funnier sense.
Yes. Basically.
The Mimic. We don't have to talk about the Mimic. Even I agree, we don't have to talk about him.
I fucking hate the Mimic. I have talked at lengths about how much I fucking despise the Mimic. So we're not talking about the Mimic today, okay?
Yeah, that's part of why we're not talking about the Mimic.
We're
Because
not
who the
talking
fuck-
about the Mimic. There is no Mimic.
My name is I don't exist because I didn't make the Mimic. It was not difficult to put it together because I never did.
Oh, babe, hold on.
No,
Hold on.
Flawlessly in every universe, JFK was not killed by the Mimic or anything. His head just did that.
His head just did that. Okay, I completely forgot. Have you seen the official Mimic graphic novel released by Scholastic?
Okay, let me
No,
look something
hold
up.
on, stop. I'm stopping the stream, that way you can come look at this real quick.
Oh god.
Because here's the fun thing. I'm going to send it to you directly, and then I'm going to put it on stream. There's a book about that, yes. Okay, so number one, they show the man actually running David over with a car, and this is the image that is in it. It's a traced stock image. But here's the thing. Every single bit of it is traced to the point where the part that I'm sending you right now is not just traced from anything. It is traced from the Joker killing Robin with a crowbar.
Oh, no, I recognize those. At least 3 of those panels I did recognize, don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh. I love the fucking text on it.
The honk is really funny. Oh my god. Yes, so put Michael in the Lazarus pit. They basically did. Michael was infused with Remnant.
Put Michael on the Lazarus pit, but put someone else in Lazarus's pit. That's it. That's my bet for the day for the topic because I don't know what else to say about any of this. Ugh.
The Mimic.
You know, I really like having not learned much about FNAF lore as it was coming out, nor afterwards, because now my wife can drip feed me the information that absolutely fucking sucks. And we get to laugh about it, both. We get to do bits about it. Basically the difference between looking something up on Google and asking your friend easily Googleable questions. Except it's with my wife and with the writings of an insane man.
Yep. Probably just make shit up and you would believe it. Yeah, fair enough. Oh boy, this is a fun comment to get on one of my works. Not to be rude, which means that you're about to hear the most rude shit in the world. But even having read all of blank, this makes no sense. I would prefer if you continued this instead. And I'm just going to respond with, there is a number of comments like this that when reaching the total, I'm deleting the previous work that you're mentioning.
You know what? Yeah, deserved.
I am done with that shit. I have received so many comments on that previous work that I am so fucking sick of it, and I just do not want to think about it at all.
There is a reason not to continue that one. And it's, how the fuck do you continue that one?
It's called, the way I want to continue it no one likes, so like, why would I be how would I even continue if no one likes it? That's the real thing. At that point, it's just for me.
I like Disciplinus idea. You know, I think
Send them to the 9 hells their bloodline shall suffer.
The bloodline. Oh yeah, you finished reading it. Okay.
Another hand touches the beacon.
I think you should just put enough meta shenanigans to fully just say, okay, we don't want to continue this story, so we won't. Hee. And just make that the final chapter of that other one.
Yeah.
So people just shut up about it.
Here's the thing. I've told you my plan for what the comment is on to begin with. The entire bit with this, which luckily this does, my streams never intersect with that. Their flesh shall rot in their marrow boil. Yes, correct. But the entire bit is that it's supposed to be like a super sanitized and alternate version of the previous work, and it's just going to progressively get more and more fucked up as pieces of the other things start leaching in. And just eventually the main character of the previous one becomes the antagonist of this one. And there are several spots that I've written in the previous one in like faded and blacked out text, which are previous characters from the other work talking around them. It's the entire thing is a very meta and messed up work that has it is specifically just for me to essentially be spiteful. And it lets me get rid of both of them, and I'm just done with it.
Yeah. Some people don't understand that sometimes you just write for yourself, and if you're choosing to write something else, it's because you're no longer writing for yourself.
The worst things I have ever written have been because I've written them for different audiences than myself. I have had an issue where if people... It was an issue at the very start of me writing where a lot of people would, like, really want a second chapter of something when I wrote, like, a one-shot, and I never had a plan for a second part, so I didn't do that. Like, I didn't have a plan going in, and I just, like, had to come up with it on the spot, and I just don't like the latter half of some of my works because of it. And I let too much of the comments dictate where the previous work was going, to the point where they felt entitled to my character designs and the plot line moving forward, and I just decided to stop working on it, because it stopped being fun and it stopped being my own. So the entire reason is, like, I'm making this second version, essentially, because it's essentially what I'd want, what my modern sensibilities want from that old series, but now in my new stylization, and also calling out commenters who made me hate my other works. The only reason that work is still up is because I know several people who genuinely really enjoy it and are, like, actual supporters of it, as opposed to just being assholes.
Hi.
Yes, Nat is one of them. But there are several good people in my comments that have defended me from other commenters, and have started just they're just, like, unofficial moderators of my comments now. Just like, they're allowed to do what they want with their works. You should fucking leave them alone. And just like, thank you, I appreciate this. I try my fucking best.
Anyway, let's remember that fucking Deltarune and Undertale and everything that Toby Fox has made for the past, like, 10 years is to fulfill a fever dream that he had, like, 15 years ago. And just to fucking bring about that vision, rather than saying, oh, hey, that kind of could look like that. Okay, it could look like that. Let us never forget that.
Let's never forget that H.R. Geiger's later work was inspired entirely off of him getting spit roasted by 2 trans women. That's allegedly not true, but, like, I feel like that's actually true.
Listen,
they say that that's made up, but I'm pretty sure that's true.
Even if it isn't true, it flat out could be. I believe it.
Bro gets to say it came to me in a dream. Yes. I write down my dreams, and I use them for content.
I used to write down my dreams. Lately I've been getting a lot of stress dreams, and I have not written those down.
That's fair.
They just get to live on in my memory instead, where I don't want them. But it's better than letting them live in a notebook.
Well, writing them out is a form of therapy, so maybe you should write them out and let them out of your brain.
I don't write them in my dreams notes because I don't want to, like, read through different notes as in, oh yeah, I want to have a dream like that. Oh, never mind.
Write them in a different thing, and then just write it out, let yourself get, like, all of the demons out, and then crumple it up and throw it away. And it's gone. I write them in different messages.
Like, I've told you about a few of them. I tell Anna about a few others. I just have different chats through which I explain, oh yeah, I had this fucked up thing in my dream.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, okay. And that's it. It's easy to miss because it's in a very long conversation. And it still lets me get it out. And I still feel hurt. So it's like, you know, the best of all possibilities.
That's good.
Seal them in the book. Yeah, you see, the problem with that is that I would have an evil book.
Take out the notes, remove the notes, and destroy them afterwards.
At that point, why have a book?
You don't need the book then. Just write them down and then destroy them. That is an actual form of therapy. It is a thing. I'm not lying.
No, you are not lying. That is very true. However, what I'm saying is that the reason I don't do those things is specifically because
you have other ways of doing it.
Exactly. I have other ways of doing it that feel to have that feel like they have different benefits, like feeling heard.
Yes.
Feeling heard and supported without feeling like I'm bogging someone else down because it's just describing a moment in a dream.
Yes.
Also, I tend to remember a lot of things that I write down.
Ah. I can see how that would be a problem.
Yeah. Burn the pages with the power of arson. We don't need the power of arson. I already have.
Other
Oh,
ways.
but I have...
We've discussed this.
No, I was gonna make a joke of I have other powers to burn things with, like a stove, but I was about to mention a lighter. I haven't bought a lighter in ever, I don't think. I should change that.
I own a lighter.
I didn't
Obvious
use I didn't use
reasons.
my lighter for anything, but yeah. I have no reason to want to have a lighter, I just want to have a lighter.
Everyone can use a lighter. You can use it for, like, heat shrink. That way you can repair wires.
I actually forgot the terrible dreams at some point for me. Typically remember
The
ethereal
ethereal
and
ones?
stuff. Huh.
Interesting.
That's what Toby said. I use a lighter for candles.
Use a lighter for... Yeah, that makes sense. It's also useful... If you have a gas stove, it's useful to have a lighter. That way you can always turn on your stove even if the power's out. We've done that before.
Okay, in that case, I personally don't have lighters, but this house does have a lot of lighters. I prefer to use the ones that are out of gas, or out of liquid, or any of that, because you only need the spark.
Yes.
Depending on the stove, you might need more patience. But other than that... Although we have had power outages before, maybe I should buy at least a candle.
Okay, I am done for the day. I have to go to bed. I still do work tomorrow, unfortunately.
Oh, right.
It's homophobic because Pride Month is now over, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I also had to work in Pride Month, which is also fucked up.